Okay, so this is for Chapter 2, Objective 3B, Quotient Rule, and this is problem number 15 from the homework assignment. So you need to take the derivative, and we're going to have to use quotient rule because we have a fraction. So we have a numerator and a denominator, and so I'm going to refer to this as the high, and this is the low. So to use the high D low rule. So high being the numerator, low being the denominator. So for the derivative, so it's low D high, so low meaning the way it's written, so x minus 3 not changed, and then D high, so now I take the derivative of the numerator. So the derivative of x squared is 2x, bring down the 2, reduce the power by 1, so 2x, and the derivative of constant is 0. So there's low D high. And now minus high D low. So high, so don't change that, and then D low, meaning the derivative of the denominator. So the derivative of x is 1, x to the 0, which is just 1, and the derivative of constant is 0. And then all over the square of what's below, the square of what's below. So take what's below and square it. So there is my derivative, and then I could simplify, so distribute, combine like terms, but I'm going to call that good. And then now finally I want to also evaluate my derivative at c equals 1. So that would find me the slope of my tangent line at c equals 1. So f prime of 1. So I'm going to replace my x values with 1. And 2 times 1 is just 2. And then simplify from there. So my 1 minus 3 is negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. And then 1 squared minus 4 is negative 3. So I would have a double negative there. And then 1 minus 3 is negative 2 squared is positive 4. So I would have negative 1 over 4. And so again, that would be my slope of my tangent line at c equals 1. Okay? All right, let's take a look at number 25. So again, I want to do quotient rule. So one of the things I'm seeing here is these are both quadratic, and I think I can factor and reduce that. I don't need to, but it looks like I can. So one way to attack this problem, I'm going to rewrite it. Take a negative out of the numerator. And factor my trinomial. And so I could go ahead and do that, right? So all I did was reduce this and then just do quotient rule right here. Or I could just go ahead and do quotient rule. So it doesn't matter. So I'm going to just do it off of the original, but I could, as an alternate method, reduce it first and then do quotient rule. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're just going to do quotient rule off of the original though. Okay, so low D high, low D high. So low meaning the denominator, so don't change it. And now D high, meaning I want to take the derivative of the numerator. So the derivative of 3 is 0. The derivative of negative 2x is negative 2 times 1. And then when I take 1 off the power, x to the 0 is just 1. And then the derivative of x squared, bring down the 2, and reduce the power by 1. So there's low D high, and now minus, okay, I'm going to run out of room, so let's come down here. Okay, so I've got too much writing there, so I'm going to rewrite what I just did. Low D high. There we go. Okay, and now minus high D low. So high, meaning the numerator. So don't change the numerator. And then d low, take the derivative. So take the derivative. So the derivative of x squared is 2x, and the derivative of constant is 0. So this is low, the original denominator, d high, the derivative of the numerator, minus high, so the original numerator, d low, derivative denominator, all over the square of what's below. Okay? And then again, you can simplify, distribute, combine like terms. And let's take a look at one more here. So this is number 65 from Objective 3B homework. So this one asked for the equation of the tangent line. So in order to get the equation of the tangent line, I have my ordered pair here, x1, y1. And I know the equation that I want to use is point slope, or that's the one I always use. So I'm given my x1 and my y1, and the only thing left to do is find my slope. And I'm going to do that by taking the derivative and then evaluating that derivative at x equals 2, because our x value is 2. Okay? So I already have my x1, y1, so the only thing left for me to do is find my slope. So to do that, I'm going to find my derivative. So I'm going to find f prime first. And so quotient rule, so low, my original denominator, d high, so the derivative of x is 1, minus my numerator, and then derivative of my denominator, which is just 1. So low, d high, derivative of the high, minus high, and then d low, derivative of the denominator, all over the square of what's below. So now that I have my derivative, I can find the slope of my tangent line by evaluating it at x equals 2. So now I'm going to replace my x's with 2. So this would be 2 minus 1 times 1 minus 2 times 1 all over 2 minus 1 squared. So that would be 1 minus 2 over 1 squared, which is just negative 1. So then my equation, now I just need to go to my equation here. And so I'm going to use this right here. And I have my x1 and my y1, and I just found my slope. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And that would be my equation. Okay? And that's it for this video.